Hey guys, Brittles here, and welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build. Today I am building Familia, which I think is Latin. I don't know, it sounds fancy, so I'm just going to roll with it. But basically this is a large modern family home. And you'll see how modern it is, probably from the thumbnail and the intro thing, which is kind of a spoiler, but deal with it. Righty-ho, so yeah, this house actually took me a really long time to build. I don't know why. I guess it's because there's actually a lot of floor space in this house. It may not have the actual size or the illusion of size that some of my other houses do, but this is certainly a big house. It's really quite massive. And the way it's different from a lot of my other builds is the fact that it doesn't waste space. A lot of my other builds were sort of like, hey, this is a rich Sims house, let's waste space because we can. And this is more of a family home where you can actually sort of put as much in as you want, which I thought was really cool. And you at least don't feel like you're wasting a whole bunch of space. So inside of this house there are 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, as well as a home theatre. And then you've got your outdoor pool area and a separate double garage, and I don't know, it's just really, really nice. It's really cool. And I quite like it. So basically, I don't really know where I got the inspiration for this house. It was just the product of my imagination, I guess. Usually I sort of have some sort of inspiration, like I'll see a style of house, or I don't know, something will just, I'll see something and I'll get inspired by it, and I'll sort of try to build something with that inspiration. This one, I just sort of built it. It's the product of my imagination. I just sort of thought, right, I'm sick of doing all these big houses that waste a whole bunch of space. Let's make an actual family home that still looks like a big modern house and still is a big modern house, but you don't waste a whole bunch of space. And I really like how this particular house turned out. So right here I was doing the exterior. You'll see that the house is sort of sunk down a bit. I don't know really what the point of that is, but I did it anyway. It's completely useless, really. I don't really know why I did it. I think I was going to go with some sort of stairs or something down, but I didn't put it down far enough, and then just sort of abandoned that plan. So yeah, but right now I'm doing the exterior. I'm quite happy with the exterior, actually. It's got stone on one side and then this sort of render on the other side, and it's got this really nice wood linings and highlights throughout. I think it looks really quite cool, and I certainly like it. You'll also notice that I am building in the world of Starlight Shores, but the lighting was actually really quite poor in that world. And it's something I noticed, and it's something I've actually known for a while. For some reason, and the same goes for Bridgeport, the lighting is really quite poor. Even in the middle of the day, you can't really see a whole lot because it's not very bright. So eventually I decided to just move to Sunset Valley, which I do once I finish the exterior, I believe. And then you can at least get a better grasp of the exterior because you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, right now just sort of playing around with the exterior colours. I play around with it for a bit. It was something that I wanted to get right. That's the general gist of it now. It doesn't really change a whole lot from that, but I did want to go with some sort of red on the outside, but I didn't think it really fit anywhere. So I decided to abandon that plan and then just move on and stick with the nice theme that I had. If you can hear my chair squeaking, I'm sorry. I have a squeaky chair. I should probably tighten the bolts on it, but you know, that is alright. So yeah, there's a door there for your Sims to walk in and such, because that's probably the purpose of a door. That's what I'm led to believe anyway. There's also a massive sort of, well, not massive, it's a big outdoor, I was going to say terrace, it's a balcony out the back that overlooks the pool and sort of provides shade over the dining area at the back. And then there's also another little balcony that is actually right there at the front that comes off one of the bedrooms. So there's plenty of outside space in this house, as well as plenty of inside space. And I just think it's a really nice build. I really quite enjoyed making it. Once I completed the exterior, I'm sort of like, oh god, I have to furnish like a dozen rooms inside this house, and I just thought, oh, I don't really want to. But I eventually pulled myself to do it 3 days later. Actually this morning I did it. In case you're wondering, today is the 8th of July, so this video will not go up until the 12th? Today's Tuesday. It'll go up on the 13th. So it's a while away yet, so yeah. I'm doing it in advance. That's what I like to do, so I don't get caught out and I sort of have to go on Saturday, oh Jesus, I have to get this video done by tomorrow. and then it'll be rushed, and then the house won't be very good quality, and nobody's happy. So that's not really what we want. So I decided to get it done early. I mean, that's what I do with all my builds, really. I do them throughout the week. So if there's any, like, I talk about something that isn't current or happened earlier in the week or whatever, that's why, because I built it earlier in the week, so I could only talk about what was happening then, because I can't tell the future, unfortunately. That'd be a cool power, wouldn't it, to be able to tell the future? I'd like to do that. Anyway, enough about that. So, basically the ground floor of this house contains a big open plan living space with your living room, dining room, and kitchen. There's also a bit of a double height landing or foyer area which takes you up to the second level. Also on the ground floor is a home theatre, which is pretty cool. So you've got a nice little lounge in there and a big television, some beanbag chairs, snow cone machine and such in there, so you can get all your food and beverages while you watch the movie. Then upstairs you have the master bedroom with a small little well, it's sort of an ensuite, it's sort of not. It's just like a bath and some sinks, so it is an ensuite, but it's not really. I don't know, I would call it an ensuite anyway. It's just a nice little thing to have in there. Plus you have the main bathroom and then 3 other bedrooms, so it's plenty of space. So you could definitely have a large family living in this house if that is what you wanted to do. So yeah, just working on the exterior now. Not really sure what to talk about, because right now the exterior is just being made. I actually did do a similar garden to the one that I did on the drop, which is just some, rocks and tropical plants around the place with a nice sort of really burnt orange wood, well, not burnt orange, but a really nice rich wood chip sort of flooring area. Well, not flooring, but terrain paint. And I think that looked quite nice, and I got some bamboo shrubs and stuff around the place. It ended up looking pretty good. CFE was being really annoying here. Because if you raise the terrain below a roof or a floor with CFE on, it will raise the floor or roof, and it becomes really annoying. I mean, I've talked about I've talked about CFE. Yeah, that's the correct way to say it. I've talked about CFE a whole bunch, like throughout the builds, and I mean, you guys should probably have a fairly good grasp of it, just from me complaining about how annoying it is. But I sincerely hope that there is some sort of cheat like that in The Sims 4. I'm not sure if there will be, because there was a lot of speculation around that, like whether there's going to be CFE. I know you can change the wall heights and stuff, but it's not going to be as customizable. Honestly, in terms of building, I'm really scared about The Sims 4. I don't think it's going to be as good as The Sims 3 is. I honestly don't. In terms of a game as a whole, I don't really know, but in terms of building, I don't think it's going to be as good as The Sims 3. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I haven't built yet. But that's just what I think, judging on what I've seen so far. While we're on the topic of The Sims 4, let's talk a bit about it. There's not going to be any babies. Not going to be any babies. Not going to be any toddlers, and there's not going to be any pools. I don't know how I feel about that. I like pools. Pools are good. I mean, you'll see later in the build how cool the pool area is out in this house. So to get rid of that's like, why would you do that? Why would you get rid of pools? Pools are cool. I can't imagine why they would want to get rid of it. But in terms of toddlers, I mean, that so much I don't really care. Like, I mean, what we do know is that babies in The Sims 4 will have legs, rather than just being like these things wrapped up in a blanket that can't do anything at all. Like, babies in The Sims 3, they're just like objects. It's like a pet, but they don't move. You just like feed it, change it, that's it. And then it just cries, and they're just boring. I mean, it's nice and they're cute and all, but it's just nothing to do. They're just so boring. Toddlers, they're a bit more fun, but I'm just hoping that they'll sort of merge the two age types. So like, babies will take the place of babies and toddlers, so they'll be able to crawl around and such, and you'll be able to teach the babies how to walk and talk and learn stuff and all that sort of thing. So I'm assuming that's what they'll do, because I can't imagine they would leave something like that out. Although a lot of the stuff for toddlers did come with generations, like a lot of the objects and interactions for them came with generations, so we might see some additions to that in the expansion packs that come out for The Sims 4. Or who knows, we might see stuff patched in, we might get toddlers patched in, I assume that pools will be patched in fairly soon after the game is released. I can't imagine they would leave pools out. I mean, pools have been in like every Sims game, so why would you get rid of it in The Sims 4? Like, come on, seriously. But anyway, it remains to be seen, doesn't it? We will eventually know. But as you can see now, we are in Sunset Valley. I believe we're in Sunset Valley now. I haven't actually been paying attention. I've just been sort of staring at the screen and watching the shapes and colours go by. But yes, we are in Sunset Valley now. And we are moving into the interior. Basically, the lounge room area is there on the right there where those boards are. And I sort of thought, well, what is a way to keep the area open plan, but separate the living room from the rest of the house or the rest of the area? And I thought, hey, let's put a platform in between them, so it's still really open, but it still feels sort of separate. So you have to go up on the platform and then come back down. Because the lounge room itself is sunk into the platform. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. The kitchen and kitchen and dining room are the same room basically. So there's this massive, big, expansive, open kitchen, and then you have your dining room sort of in the center of that, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. There's also a nice green tile splashback, which I think looks kind of cool. It does look a bit different with this lighting. You'll get a better representation of what it looks like in the screenshots, but you will see in the end how it looks. It's not quite that green. It's slightly less green, a bit darker, I think. You'll see in the screenshots anyway. I don't know. It might just be my eyes that thinks it's different. Everybody's eyes work differently, but you know, whatever. I guess we will see. So yeah, the kitchen's got a bunch of little green touches. There's some green stools that you'll see there. There you go. And a nice little painting on the wall that I believe I add later on. And then there's your dining room right in the center, because, I mean, it's a big enough space. There's no problem with fitting a dining room there. I mean, look at that. It's huge. You've got plenty of space. So I threw it right in there. It's not crowded at all, this sort of space. I do quite like it. It's very nice. It doesn't feel cramped. It feels very open, very nice. But the kitchen or dining room, which are sort of the same, and then the living room do still feel sort of separate, but it's all open and not cramped at all, which I think is quite cool. So yeah, just working on the kitchen now, just trying to fix up those lights, because I placed those really cool wavy lights underneath and they were just really dark in the corner, so I just dimmed them down a bit, and hey presto, it is all done, all fixed. But I think the kitchen's just about done, and I think we move over onto the living room in a moment after I just pop a couple of extra little things in. And there we go. So moving over into the lounge room, with the wall here, I sort of thought, well, what can we do that's different? So I'm like, right, let's just throw everything out the window, let's hit the weave and wicker and create a style, and there you go. It's this really nice soft texture that I think contrasts really nicely with the sharpness and the harshness of the big bold colours and the dark colours in the kitchen. Sort of nice and soft, and I don't know, I think it looks quite nice. I think it worked well. I do anyway, hopefully you guys do too. And then we have the lounges over here, which are sort of white and black, mixing it up a bit. And then there's a really nice coffee table that you'll see in a moment. I believe it's from Showtime, and I sort of mix it up a bit and make it look really nice. There's a couple of plants around, and then I do the same on the other side, but then sort of offset things and mix it up a bit, and it looks really quite nice. There's a television on the wall that is behind the camera right now as well, so your Sims can watch television. I wasn't really sure what to do with the space at this point, so that's when I came up with the idea, right, let's make the living room double size. So I like, alright, let's put that big television in there and then place some of the lounge seats over there, like that. And it looks pretty sweet in the end, I think. So you've got plenty of seating, you can sit there with all your friends. This house would be absolutely excellent for throwing parties, I think. I mean, that's the way I feel. There's a whole bunch of space, plenty of seating, plenty of entertaining areas. You could throw a whole bunch of parties at the same time with this place. It would be amazing. But that's the bottom part of the house just about done, except for the home theatre, I think, is all that needs to be done down there. Yes, that's all that needs to be done, which we will get to in a minute once I finish placing the stairs. It's got the sort of split levels, so stairs are a bit more difficult than they usually would be, but you know, I got the skills, so it's no problem for me. That sounds really douchebaggy, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, just placing a couple of little things in the foyer, and that just about does that before we move into the home theatre. which is really quite nice. So you got your nice big lounges, big red lounges that you would expect to see in a cinema. Then you have a couple of nice little beanbag chairs. It's also very dark, so it's obviously got the really dark walls, dark floors. But once you turn those lights on, it's perfectly fine to see. And then once you turn them off, you can be completely immersed in the movie that you're watching or the game that you're playing. That would be a really good way to play games in a home theater. Ho ho! Shotgun that idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to move into a house with a home theater, plug in my Xbox, my PC, everything. Off you go on like a 200-inch screen. Oh, that'd be great. Imagine playing Sims on the IMAX. Damn, or Crysis 3 Ultra settings on the IMAX. My God, that would be beautiful. Anyway, yeah, we're finally getting to the home theater. I just can't remember that. Why is it so difficult for me to remember it? I sort of go to the what's it called? Come on, brain, think of it. Home theater. But yeah, anyway, we're there. I'm going to shut up and actually talk about the house. So there's the orange lounges that I was talking about. Quite not orange. God, I can't talk. The red lounges that I was talking about. There's a nice little lamp there to light everything up, and your nice little beanbag chairs. I use that thing again and put that really cool paint pattern on it. I think that's really cool. I like it a lot. It's pretty sweet. Placing some speakers on the walls so you can get the full surround sound effect, and then going over into the corner to place some little beverage machines and such, so your Sims can stock up on the goodies before they watch the movie. I don't even remember what I do over in the corner. There's a lamp and a fountain and a plant. There you go. Beautiful. So that does that. Before we move on to the second floor, this is where all the bedrooms and bathrooms and living areas and everything are. The floor that I used throughout this house the most was just like the standard simple flooring carpet. I think it's like 4 simoleons a square, so it's really cheap, and then you can just hit it with creator style. I don't like using the other patterns or the other floors because they have different textures and patterns on them, and it doesn't really give you as much freedom with how you want things to go. I mean, if you are looking for something specific and you want to create something that would look good with the different textures and patterns that the other floors offer, then that's what I would do. But for the most part, I don't really need to, so I just use the normal floor that is completely customizable and bare, so you can just do whatever you want with it. So up here, I don't really know how I feel about this area. I was sort of lost. It's just a big space. There's a couple of little sitting areas around the place. It's nothing really special. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I just didn't know what to do. Like, it's with the landing areas in houses that I get sort of lost, because they're not really big enough to be a full-on living area, but they're too small, or what? They're not small enough to just leave stuff. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I get sort of lost with that. I will look for some ideas on landing areas just so I can make them better in the future. I don't think it looks too bad though. I know it's not completely horrible, but it's just not the best. Now this is the master bedroom. I think, and I'm going to say this with complete and utter faith and honesty, I think this is the best bedroom that I've ever done. I'm just going to say that right now. I really, really like this bedroom. I do. It's cool. I don't know. It just looks like it's straight out of a magazine. It looks like somebody has made something specifically to go in a magazine. I'm proud of myself for this. I really am. I think it looks really sweet. I like it a lot. So yeah, the bed is there, and on the other side of the room in that little sort of outcrop thing that goes up the side of the house, I decided to put a little ensuite in there. It's just a bath and everything, so it's quite nice. And then that cool little rug that I use all the time now goes on the floor to make things look all pretty. But so yeah, that is basically what's happening at the moment. Yeah, you'll notice that this build is a bit longer than usual, because like I said, it took me a lot longer to build. This house took me about probably just shy of 4 hours to completely build and furnish. It was a very, very long build. It's just because there's so much to do. I mean, it's not a colossal house or anything, but there's just a lot of different rooms to do. And I mean, it takes up all the empty space with different rooms, so you have to completely furnish them, and I don't know, it's just a lot to furnish and a lot to do, so it did take me a while, but I think it's definitely worth it in the end. One of the things that I'm the most happy with about this house is the exterior. I really, really like the exterior. That's something that I am very, very proud of. I really like it. I think it's pretty sweet. Just pausing the game here for a minute. I don't even know why. It's just completely pointless, that being there. I don't know. Anyway, let's just move on from that. There's a rug there, and then that's my perfect room done. It's done. It's all done. I actually miss a room in the house and then have to come back to it after. But thanks to the power of editing, you won't notice it. It's fine. Well, you will notice it because I'll tell you, but you know, whatever. Shut up. Right, so this house is going to be available on the exchange for download. There will be a link in the description below, unless I have trouble uploading it, in which case there won't be. So, yep, that's useful. I haven't had any trouble uploading houses except for my house. That just won't upload. I've tried like every day for the past 2 weeks, and it just goes, nah, I'm not uploading. I'm not gonna let you. You're not allowed to. You're not going up on the exchange. So I've sort of given up on that, and apart from that, everything else seems to work. Hopefully this one will work too. I assume The Sims 4 will get its own website, because Sims 2 did, Sims 3 did. So Sims 4 will probably have their website. I haven't been into Sims for like a really long time. The first Sims game that I played was actually The Sims 3 when it came out. I sort of saw all the trailers and I'm like, ooh, this looks really cool. And I sort of played it and I thought, wow, this is a really great game. Then I started to play Sims 2 a little bit. I don't have that anymore. I don't have Sims 1 or 2. I've never played Sims 1. I know, I'm sorry, don't hate me. I've never played Sims 1. Nobody kill me, I'm sorry. I just never played it. I never played it, I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. But yeah, I've been into Sims since about 2008 or 9, I think. Whenever The Sims came out in 2009, and I played Sims 2 when I saw all the trailers coming out for it. Yeah, that's what I did. I think. Is that how it works? I'm not really sure. But anyway, I've been into Sims for like 6-7 years, something like that. So that's basically my story when it comes to Sims. It's a relatively unexciting story, but it is my story nonetheless. Anyway, yes, moving into this bedroom now. This bedroom I'm especially happy with. I just sort of, instead of going for the usual style and layout, I decided to mix it up completely and just go with something completely different. You will see as I am placing it that it certainly looks different to other bedrooms in this house and other bedrooms that I've done before and that other people have done before. So it's definitely it's a boundary pusher, this bedroom. It's a revolution in bedrooms. Might be speaking a bit soon. But anyway, the point is it's a really nice bedroom and I quite like it. I like the woods. It feels like it could be a beachy room with all the woods on the wall and that sort of stuff and the blues. It just feels really nice. I quite like it. It's definitely got a beachy feel, especially once you throw that little painting on the wall of the marlin jumping up through the air like a boss, because that's what marlins do. Anyway, yeah, so that's the bedroom done, I believe, and now we're moving out onto the balcony. There's not a whole lot out on the balcony, just a couple of places to relax, some seats, and a nice little bar for your Sims to sit at and just watch the world go by, really, while getting completely shit-faced. So, tripping in the gutter drunk. That's the way I like to party. Not really. Don't drink, kids. Drinking's not bad. Drinking's not bad. Drinking's not good for you. Jesus. I'm going to start thinking about my words before I say them, because when I do these house building videos, I don't come into them with anything to talk about. I just sort of blabber on about absolutely nothing for 20 minutes, half an hour. So, yeah, you guys seem to like it, so that's what I do. And you might put me on mute for the entire 30 minutes, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. At least you don't have to hear me yabber on about stuff for ages. But if you do listen to me, and I pity you if you do, then yeah, you'll know that I just yabber on about random crap for too long. Just too long. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, this video is actually sped up more than my usual videos are. I believe it's at 7 times speed. Usually they're at 5 to 6 times speed, but because it was such a long build, I decided to make it a bit faster. It's still perfectly watchable if you ask me, but I mean, it is slightly faster than it usually would be. There is not a lot left to do with this build, actually. This is the bedroom that I was talking about that I missed. This was actually done just sort of in hindsight. I had completely finished the build at this point. Like, it was done. I'd taken the screenshots and everything, and I'm like, hang on a minute. I'm writing up the little description for the house when I'm saving it, and like, oh, it's got 4 bedrooms. I only remember doing 3, so I jump back into the game. I'm like, oh god, I have to furnish another one. So there you go. That's what happens. I've been missing a lot of stuff lately because I missed a toilet and a stove in was it Triple Decker? No, it was Shimmering Oasis that I missed a toilet and a stove. And I believe I missed something somewhere else, but yeah, I've been missing stuff lately, I'm sorry. I will try to fix that. I don't think I've missed anything in this build, so that's good. Anyway, yeah, back out to the pool now. Well, not back out to the pool, out to the pool now, which is really cool shape. A really cool shape is what I was going to say. I was going to say really cool shaped. Really coolly shaped? Could I say it like that? I could probably say it like that, right? Yeah, why not? Anyway, let's just ignore that. We'll roll with it. It sounds cool. It's all good. So yeah, just changing up the colour of the pool there, make it a bit darker so it doesn't look so sterile and like it's just store-bought crap. It's like a custom-made pool, and that's what we want. There's some lights on the wall there, a diving board, some places for your Sims to get out, even though they can get out wherever. There's a little dining area out here for your Sims to sit at, under the cover of the overhang from the house. There's also another little sitting area just by the window and a little barbecue place where your Sims can cook up a storm and then go and eat it, and then swim in the pool, then go and watch a movie, and go up to bed and do whatever you want in bed, because that sounded really salacious, didn't it? I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on. This is the garage, which is the final part of this build before we move into the screenshots. It's a lovely double garage. Nothing incredibly special, but it certainly does the trick. And then we just go in and place some lights around the place to make sure that you can actually see where you're going and you don't trip over and smash your face on the concrete, because that would not be fun. I know, I've done it. In case you didn't know, I still have a piece of tooth lodged in my lip when I smashed my face on the tiles when I was a child. Anyway, moving into the screenshots on that note, here is the front of the house. Looks quite nice. I like it anyway. You may notice in the nighttime shots, because they were actually taken before the daytime shots, 2 windows on the left-hand side of the house were missing, but I placed them back so I don't even worry about it. Here's the back of the house. I saw a couple of shots of the front there. There's the pool, looking very nice. Very spiffy. Here is the front of the house, just by the entrance. You can see into the home theatre there. Here's the foyer. You can see up through that double height landing. And here's the kitchen with that lovely green splashback, nice open spaces, plenty of space for your Sims to walk around and cook. Like I said, this would be a great place to throw a party. So if you would like to do that, feel free. Don't forget to invite me, though. Here's the living area, which is very nice, a nice sharp, but I think it's a working contrast. I think it works, is what I'm trying to say. Looking down on the foyer from the landing area now, looks quite nice. Couple shots there, just a couple of little sitting areas and decorations around the place to fill up the space, stop it from looking empty. Here's the first bedroom now. Nothing super special, it's just a nice bedroom. Got some nice views outside there. Looks very nice. It's certainly a nice, clean and fancy looking bedroom. Into this bedroom. Oh, wrong one. Jumped the gun a little bit. Final shot of this one. Before we move into this bedroom, there we go. Here's the one that I like. I think this is the best bedroom I've ever done. I can say that with confidence because I really, truly, in my heart, believe it. So, I don't know if you could hear me pounding my chest then. Don't know if the mic picked it up. But anyway, yeah, this house looks really nice. This room looks really nice. Just everything's nice. I like it. Here's another bedroom. Here's the one that I missed. But it's certainly very nice. Got the dark marble floors, I think they are. I don't know. They're some sort of stone, but they're quite nice. Contrast with the nice lush whites of everything else in the room. Here's the sailor bedroom, as I call it. Looking quite nice. You could fit 3 Sims in this bedroom if you wanted to. So if that's something you wanted to do, you could definitely go for that if you have children. Or your Sims have children, rather. Here's the outdoor area. Like I was saying, you can just sit down at the bar and watch the world go by as you watch the drinks go by before you get to a 0.25 alcohol level. Anyway, yeah, here's the bathroom. Jesus Christ, if you're at a 0.25 alcohol level. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah, so here's the bathroom, looking quite nice. Got that little glass thing there separating the shower. Just nice stone throughout. Elevated bathtub, black bathtub. Looking very sweet. Here is the outdoor area that you didn't see me build because I cut that out because for some reason the footage was really glitchy and had artifacts and stuff, so I just cut that. But there's the beautiful views that you get from the little balcony over Sunset Valley or whichever town you decide to build in. Here is the outdoor area now. You can see the overhang above, providing lots of shade and protection from the elements. Little barbecue area over there. Nice couple of shots of the pool that your Sims can go swimming in and have a great time overall. Last couple shot of the garage. Got plenty of room to park your nice fancy cars in here. I really need to get fast lane stuff just so I can make some cool garages because I am a vehicle enthusiast. But as we move into a few shots at night, I think that just about does that video. That's a nice shot with a lighthouse in the background. Shooting light all over Sunset Valley. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed Familia. So until next time, stay safe, stay human, and stay awesome.